Imagine a quiet town where the leaves have just started to fall and there's this tiny bookstore cafe at the corner. Warm lights, soft music, and the smell of coffee and all pages. That's exactly what I tried to recreate today in The Sims 4. Let's go build it together. This is my very first speed build that I'm showing on my channel, and today I really wanted, well, yesterday, I actually built it yesterday, but I actually wanted to build something autumn related because autumn is my favorite season out of them all. I really love autumn. I don't love winter because it's too cold, but I still like winter a lot. I really dislike spring because I'm allergic to anything, basically anything plant related, and summer, let's just not talk about it. Anyways, today we are building a small, let's say, bookstore space to read books slash cafe with a little apartment on top. It's basically a multi-purpose tiny shop, let's say, which you can play with businesses and hobbies, and I really like this build. Honestly, I didn't know what I was going for at first, but I think it actually came out really nice. Sorry if you hear some noises, it's because my cat is right here trying to make some space on the bed to sleep, but unfortunately I just folded like loads of clothes and they are all around the bed, which is not great, but anyways, I still have to put them away. Anyways, so back to the building. We have this section which is all, let's say, like some kind of stucco. I painted it like a very light beige. I was trying to use like a very autumnal palette. And here I really wanted to have like books showing from the front of the windows, like the front windows of the shop. I wanted to be able to see books from the outside. Honestly, I was trying to restrict a little bit the packs I was using, but in the end I just ended up like using so many packs, and I'm actually sorry about it. But I really wanted books to show, and that's why I used the werewolves bookshelves basically. So that was really the only one that worked well with the, let's say, the height of the building, because I used a short wall height, which I thought would look a little bit more cozier. But yeah, basically that's why. Also, it looks very repetitive at first, I know. Later I tried to, let's say, change a little bit what was showing in the bookshelves, like adding a few books there or adding a few sculptures. Yeah, so I was trying to make them look a little bit different from each other. Here I was doing the, let's say, cafe section. I just put down the businesses and hobbies cafe vendor thing that your sim can use to sell, I guess, cafes, but also like pastries and stuff. It doesn't have to be a cafe. You can also just like sell food, just to say. And I was absolutely filling this place with books because that's just the vibes that I was going for. And we also have a very small bathroom. I didn't want to have a giant bathroom because I thought that it didn't look that good. Like, it was not exactly the vibes to have a giant bathroom. Also here I spent so much time searching for a good table because I kept changing my mind. I wanted this place to be really colorful, like really colorful, but everything was just not looking good. Also, I really wanted to use these couches and chairs from the new pack. I was trying to use those because I love the color, like the orange swatch is just chef's kiss, but it wasn't working with anything else, especially if whenever I tried to use like colorful tables, it really didn't work, which is why I then just swapped them out with the for rent ones that just have like a little floral drawing on top of them. Anyways, as you can see here, we are basically doing the final touches, if I'm not wrong. Oh, here I'm just changing a lot, like I'm placing a lot of stuff on the bookshelves to make them look a little bit different from one another. I think it actually worked pretty well. You can still see it's the same. That's not really something I can do much about. I wish we had like a a completely empty version of this one. Well, of any of them. Basically, I wish we had a completely empty version of any bookshelf, because sometimes I just really want to fill them myself, you know? Also, this one is a little bit tricky to fill because, I mean, to place stuff on top, because the shelves are not, how do you say that? The shelves are not level. They are a little bit wobbly, and it's totally fine. Actually, it looks really nice. It gives a very nice old bookstore vibe to it, which I love. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult to fill, but later when we jump into the game, I'll show you that they don't look as bad, and they look slightly bit different from one another. So here I was just adding a little bit of details and some clutter around, and lights, also lights. I did add a few lights around to make it look a little bit older, and I don't know, I think it looks pretty nice. The colors also are really cute. And after furnishing the whole cafe section, I just went to the apartment section. So we have the first part, which is the entrance, which I just did a very simple entrance. At first I was trying to use like the mudroom kit stuff, but I didn't really have a color that worked for me. Like it didn't have a color that worked for me. Every single color of that kit, it was too vibrant. Maybe the yellow, the orange, at first I thought the orange would look good, but it just didn't. So in the end, I just removed everything from that pack and switched out from that to the, I think, what was it, Life and Death? The dresser from Life and Death? Yeah, the dresser from Life and Death. Here also another pet peeve of mine with The Sims 4 is that they never give us matching stuff, do they? It really drives me mad because it's unbearable. I just wanted to match that stupid dark blue wallpaper that I was using in the whole building. Unfortunately, I couldn't. So yeah, I didn't, which is honestly very sad. But I did place that basically everywhere because I really like the darkness and coziness of it. So basically everywhere it's dark blue, which is not even my favorite color. Actually, I don't really like dark blue, but it really worked, I think, in this place. It worked quite well. And here I was just furnishing the living space of the house. It's very tiny, small house, 1-bedroom house. Well, apartment, it's not a house actually, it's an apartment. I was just trying to have a mismatched vibe to it, obviously using pretty much the same pieces of furniture around, like the blinders. Those are not blinders, those are curtains, I'm sorry. The curtains. Also, I was trying to use a lot from the new packs, like Enchanted by Nature and the Adventure Awaits pack. The beds from Adventure Awaits are actually really nice. I do like them a lot. They are very bad, like stats wise they are awful, but they are really nice. Like look wise, I love them. And I don't know, I was just trying to use a lot of dark moody colors, like jewel tones, like that greenish bluish dark teal desk, and I was actually really enjoying the color scheme. To be fair, let's say that the bedroom is really a mix of some of my favorite colors, so obviously I would enjoy that probably. The living room, it's less my favorite colors, considering that I don't like the blue, but I still really loved how it looked. Here we are now jumping to the outside space. I added a few little tables on the outside because we just had 2 tables on the inside, which was a little bit on the not so great side, so I wanted to add a few more. And here I was pondering to add some plants on the walls, but I definitely thought it would look good, and I think it would, but it just didn't really work with the fact that this is supposed to be an nocturnal build, so a fall build, and that was a little bit too springy, or let's say summery to me. Also here I was just going for a very simple landscape, like really simple, with some flowers. I just wanted to have some colors. Also those I think are poppies from Life and Death is probably one of my favorite flowers in the game. They're just so good. I can never pass them. I always have to add them to any of my builds. And here I was just adding a few things that will make this lot look a little bit more like a public space. So a few tree cages with a tree in them, and just like some signs, and in the end I also added the sign on the top that would like say coffee shop or something like that, and the bikes from the live edited debug from Businesses and Hobbies. Yeah, Businesses and Hobbies. And that's basically it. So now we can jump into the game and go see how the build is looking. So this is the build. Well, let's say that this is the build in the night. The sign actually lights up at night, and I think it looks pretty nice. I did add like fairy lights in there to make it look a little bit cuter. And let's go on daylight. So this is the building. I think it looks really nice. Anyways, this is the build. From the outside you can see it's a lot on the orange and cream vibe. I was really going for autumnal build with some dry flowers, and look at this. I really like this view with all of the books around. Really love it. On the inside, we have a bookstore, which function also as a cafe. So we enter, we have a lot of books and decor. You can read pretty much everywhere you want. Here we have more books, and here we have our little cafe section, tables and more books around. This is the bathroom, really small. I don't love the stall because it looks too modern, but it's fine. That's what we have, so I use that. More on the green and orange side, and I also added this in case you come here with your infant, which is not exactly the greatest idea, but you do you. For the apartment side, we have here the entrance, small entrance. You can change your sim here, choose an umbrella, change your shoes. Then upstairs you come from the stairs, and we have a small bathroom, really small, and very small living space with my test sim, the kitchen, which I actually really like. A little bit on the cheaper side, mostly because I really like the color of the appliances to make it look a little bit older. And then a little table and living room with just a sofa and a poof. I imagine that this sim loves reading, doesn't really use a TV, so I didn't add a TV, I just added a nice fireplace, which honestly I really like the new one. And then bedroom. Honestly, I think this is probably the nicest place color-wise. I really like how all the colors like clash a little bit together, but really works well anyways. Like this bed is really nice. I love these bed sheets, and I really like the desk too. So this was this week's build. I hope you liked it, and if you want to download it, I have posted it on my The Sims 4 gallery. My name is just the same as the channel, which is Parojin with the J. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then leave a like, let me know what you like about this build, and if you have any suggestions about anything that you want me to build, then let them down in the comments. I wish you a fantastic rest of your day. Bye! Suggestions about anything that you want me to build, then let them down in the comments. I wish you a fantastic rest of your day. Bye! No, seriously, if you have anything that you want me to build, then leave a comment down below asking me, because I actually do enjoy building in The Sims a lot. It's really relaxing to me, and I will appreciate your comment.